Hey everyone, welcome to video number 2, episode number 2 of Secrets from Aphrodite's Box. Thank everyone for viewing and tuning into my first video. Okay, I didn't get as much feedback from my questions and everything as I wanted, but I did get plenty of views, and a lot of love and a lot of feedback just on the video itself. So thank everyone for that. But I did get questions enough to do video number 2 with a question, and I did get a recommendation for the Unlock the Box segment. And this one I'm really excited about because the topic for today, the question that I got, is something that I feel like is really, really important, and it is an important gem for women. So it's going to be a really good video. Before we open the box, we're going to do the Unlock the Box segment. And the drink that I got that I was recommended to do was Sex on the Beach, which is always fun, right? No, I don't know. I've never tried it, but it seems like it would be fun. My Sex on the Beach drink does not look like the ones that I Googled online. Okay, mine looks more like vodka and orange juice. Now, the drink said to use cranberry juice, and I use cranberry juice with pomegranate because I'm a pomegranate drinker. So it's lighter in color. So this is Sex on the Beach. Candy style. It's not the regular Sex on the Beach, but Sex on the Beach was my drink recommendation. So cheers. All right, but it tastes good though. So I'm gonna go ahead, unlock the box, and I'm gonna read to you the first question. The question I got was, how can you keep your pH balance? How can you keep your pH balance? This, I feel like, is keeping your pH balance is for women like the sunshine after the rain. Once you figure this out, okay? And I'm gonna tell you today what to do, because once I figured this out, everything made total sense to me. I was sent from doctor to doctor to doctor to doctor to mobile clinic. I was in Houston. I don't know if people know this, but in Houston, they have, like, after 5 p.m., there are mobile STD clinics that are set up around town. Most of the time they're in the Montrose area that do free STD testing. And if you come up with like bacterial infections and stuff, they'll do testing for you for free. Because at one point in my life I didn't have insurance, I was there because I needed antibiotics because I was getting these infections and I couldn't understand why. Not STDs, just bacterial infections. And I couldn't understand what was going on. Doctors' offices were closed. I needed antibiotics. So I was going to these mobile City of Houston testing sites to get antibiotics. And it got so, I was going there so often that the nurse practitioner there knew me by my first name, and she wouldn't even test me anymore. She would just give me antibiotics. Like, that's how often I was going there. Just because of these bacterial infections. Well, it all was because of my pH being imbalanced. And I was like, well, why none of these doctors over 10 years never told me it was because of that? They would just throw antibiotics at me constantly. And it wasn't until I got with my current OB-GYN that she was like, just do this, balance your pH, and you'll be fine. And I've been seeing her now for 4 years. I've done these things that I'm going to tell you today, and I've been straight. Okay? So today you are going to get my secrets. Okay? So this is exciting. So first, let me explain to you what your pH is and what it does. So in the vagina, we have a substance that is either acidic or a more alkaline base. We need more acidic base in our vagina. The acidic substance, what it does is it helps to keep a protective barrier from infections and bacteria from multiplying too fast, which is how we get like bacterial infections. So if your pH, if your acidic levels drop, infections will multiply and you start to get infections. Okay, makes sense. So what we need to do is keep our acidic levels high or higher. Okay. Normal vaginal pH is 3.8 to a 4.5. They have over-the-counter pH testing strips. I don't ever buy them, but they do have them if you just kind of periodically want to test your pH. I am just very big on knowing my body, which is a topic that in one of my further videos later on I'll get into about knowing your body and getting to know when your body is going different, acting different. But I just know my body and I know when things are kind of off. So I never use the strips, but if you want to kind of keep track on with your pH, they do have pH strips that you can use to test your pH balance. But a normal pH balance is 3.8 to a 4.5. Okay. You'll kind of know when your pH is off because you can have an abnormal odor. It's not a bad odor. If you have that fishy odor that you hear people speak of, that fishy odor is 9 times out of 10 bacterial vaginosis. That's not an imbalance in your pH. Okay. An abnormal pH or an imbalance in your pH, it's just an abnormal odor. It just doesn't smell like your normal self. Not fishy though. You can have an itch. Okay. Not quite the same type of itch as an itch with a yeast infection. Let me explain it to you like this. If you've ever had a yeast infection and you go to wipe yourself, you know that when you go wipe yourself with a yeast infection, that itch is like you gotta wipe yourself and you gotta keep wiping. And it's like, oh my God, yes, that's a yeast infection. When it's kind of just an imbalance in the pH, that wipe doesn't really get that itch. Okay. We can get something called an overgrowth of lactobacillus. Lactobacillus is a good bacteria that we have in our vagina, and we can sometimes get an overgrowth of it. The things that I'm going to tell you today help to balance that back out as well. It's just being a woman is so hard. It is. But that's something that it just comes about. What else is there? The itch, the odor. And these things come about from body wash, laundry detergents, sex. If you're having sex with your partner can be clean. He can take a shower in the morning, go out and run errands, and come to see you. He may not smell, but the fact that he's been out running errands and he may sweat a little bit, just that little bit of sweat can throw off your pH. So that when I say sex, not so much that your man is dirty, but if you're not having protected sex, just that interaction during sex can throw everything off. Sometimes if you're not changing your underwear frequently and you go sweat, that'll throw things off. Sweat especially will make your pH go haywire. So just anything that's just kind of out of the ordinary for your vagina is going to throw things off. So the remedies that I have are very simple. and they don't cost a lot to do. So the first one is a baking soda dish. And dishing is something that's going to throw your pH off too. Even though I'm telling you to do a dish, this is a dish that's going to help. Dishing with the regular dishes that you buy at the store, that's what you don't do. But a baking soda dish is great, okay? So you take a dish bottle, pour out the contents that come in the bottle, and keep the bottle. You want to use 4 cups of warm water and 2 heaping tablespoons of baking soda. And so what I do is I take a measuring cup and I keep it in my shower. Not the same one that I use when I'm cooking. Okay, I have one for my kitchen and one for my bathroom. So in that measuring cup, I put 4 cups of water while I'm in the shower, 4 cups of water, and I keep baking soda on the side of my bathtub. And then 2 heaping tablespoons of baking soda. Dissolve that and then pour into my dish bottle some of the water till it's full, and then I dish, and I keep dishing until all 4 cups of the water are gone. Okay, you do that every night for 7 nights straight. After that, for the following week, you do it 2 to 3 nights. The following week, you do it 1 to 2 nights. And then after that, just to kind of keep things at bay, you could just do it 1 to 2 nights. That's to just kind of keep things at bay. If at that point things are fine, you don't have to continue to do it. But if you want to kind of keep things at bay, if you know you're having sex with a man whose pH will throw yours off, then just do it once a week. You know, it won't hurt to do it. Or if you work out a lot and you sweat, just do it once a week, just to keep things just at bay. Okay, that's a very good one. I had an issue with an overgrowth of lactobacillus, and that's what I did. The baking soda dish knocked it out, never had an issue with it again. That's a very good thing to use. Another thing to get is boric acid suppositories. Sounds scary, but they work great. Bought mine off of Amazon. These are supposed to be all natural. They were like $17 for a 30-day supply. With these, for the first 7 nights, you do them one every night for the first 7 nights. And then after that, you kind of just use one just once a week. You don't have to. You can keep things at bay. After you have sex, it's good to use boric acid suppositories. You can get them prescription strength from your physician at the pharmacy. They have to compound them. But like I said, I just bought mine off of Amazon. I use them once a week, just to make sure I keep my vaginal health just maintained. They work wonders. Okay, I have not had any issues, no problems. I love them. So if you have any questions about either one of these things that I've told you, please feel free to message me on Instagram at Aphrodite_box_. I will answer whatever questions you have for me. And then if you have any questions for me in regards to anything that I went over, please send me your questions. Send me questions, vaginal health, feminine wellness, vaginal wellness, your sex questions, and your unlock the box drink recommendations. Send those to me. And again, thank you for all of the views and love that you gave me on my first video. I really appreciate it. Subscribe, like, share, and then next week I'll do another video. Thank you.